Welcome to another episode of the Practical English Podcast. I'm your host, Angela.
And I'm Mike. It's great to be with you today.
Today, we're diving into a topic that is absolutely essential for everyday English conversation: small talk.
That's right. We're calling this episode Small Talk Made Easy. Our goal is to help you, our B1 to C1 level learners, handle these situations naturally and with confidence.
Exactly. Small talk is one of the most important skills you can develop. You use it when you're meeting new people, talking to colleagues before a meeting, networking at an event, traveling, or just making new friends. It's everywhere.
It really is. So in today's episode, we'll give you real-life dialogue examples and plenty of shadowing practice. You'll learn useful phrases and natural conversation starters that native speakers use all the time.
This episode is perfect for anyone who wants to start conversations more easily, improve their speaking confidence, and just sound more natural in English.
So let's start with the big question. Angela, what exactly is small talk?
That's a great place to begin. Small talk is essentially light, polite conversation about everyday topics. It's not about discussing politics or deep personal feelings. It's the chat you have while waiting for coffee or in the elevator with a coworker.
Right. The key thing to remember is that the topic itself isn't the point. The weather, the weekend, the new movie, these are just vehicles. The real purpose of small talk is to build a connection.
That is the golden rule. It's about making the other person feel comfortable and acknowledged. It's a social lubricant that makes interactions smoother and friendlier.
So, our first piece of advice is to relax. Small talk isn't about saying something impressive or incredibly witty. It's just about being present and friendly.
Okay, so let's get practical. Let's start with some of the most common small talk questions you're likely to hear and use.
Excellent. Let's start with the absolute classic, the "how are you" family of questions. You hear these constantly.
The important thing here is that the answer is usually short and positive. The person isn't typically asking for a detailed report on your life. So let's practice. I'll ask the question and Mike will give a typical response. Then we'll leave a pause for you to repeat the response. Ready?
Ready.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How about you?
How's it going?
It's going well, thanks.
How have you been?
Pretty good. Keeping busy. You? Great. Notice that I always returned the question. That's key. It shows you're interested in the other person.
Excellent point. Now for another common category: questions about the immediate situation or environment. These are fantastic because you already have something in common with the person, the place you're in.
Right. Let's practice a few. This time, I'll ask the question. We'll pause, and you can try to answer it yourself. Then Angela will give a sample answer.
Sounds good.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. I'm so glad the sun is out.
This is a lovely cafe. Have you been here before?
No, it's my first time. It's really nice. Do you recommend the coffee?
It's quite busy today, isn't it?
It really is. I guess everyone had the same idea.
Perfect. Notice how Angela's answers were simple agreements, but she also added a little extra information or a follow-up question. That's how you keep the conversation going.
Exactly. A final category of common questions revolve around work or studies. For example, what do you do? Or how's work been lately?
A good tip here is to have a short one-sentence answer ready for "what do you do?" Something like, "I'm a teacher," or "I work in marketing." You can add more detail if they seem interested.
That's great advice. Okay, so we have some common questions, but how do you actually start the conversation? This can be the hardest part for many learners.
It can be. I like to use a simple three-step method. I call it the ARE method. That's A-R-E.
Ooh, I like a good acronym. What does it stand for?
A is for anchor. Find something you both share or can observe. The weather, the event you're at, the long queue.
Okay, the anchor. Got it.
R is for reveal. Share a small piece of information or an opinion about the anchor. It connects you to the topic.
Reveal, like sharing a personal thought.
Exactly. And E is for encourage. Ask an open-ended question to invite the other person to share.
Anchor, reveal, encourage. I love that. Let's try an example. Imagine we're at a work conference.
Okay, I could say, "This is a great venue for the conference." That's the anchor. Then I'd reveal, I was really impressed with the morning's keynote speaker.
Right.
And finally, encourage. What did you think of it? Or which session are you heading to next?
That's brilliant. It creates a perfect natural opening. Let's do another one. In the office kitchen, making tea.
Okay. Anchor. I can't believe it's already Thursday.
Reveal. This week has just flown by for me.
Encourage. Have you got any plans for the weekend?
Perfect. ARE. Anchor, reveal, encourage. A fantastic tool for our listeners.
Now, let's put all of this together and listen to some real-life dialogues.
Yes, this is the shadowing and repetition practice part of our show. Here's how it will work. First, we'll play a short dialogue. Just listen and try to understand the context.
Then we'll play it again, line by line, leaving a pause for you to repeat what you hear. This is called shadowing, and it's amazing for improving your fluency and pronunciation.
Okay, dialogue 1. The scene is two colleagues, Sarah and David, meeting at the office coffee machine on a Monday morning. I'll be Sarah.
And I'll be David. Here we go. Just listen.
Morning, David. How was your weekend?
Morning, Sarah. It was good, thanks. Pretty relaxing. Went for a hike on Saturday. How about you?
Oh, a hike sounds lovely. Where did you go? Mine was busy, just catching up on some errands.
We went up to the national park. The weather was perfect for it. Well, I guess we should get started. Big week ahead.
Tell me about it. Okay, catch you later, David.
You too, Sarah. Great job. See how it flows? A question, a brief answer with a little detail, and the question is returned. Then a simple way to end the chat.
Exactly. Now for dialogue 2. The situation is meeting someone new at a friend's party. Mike will be Chris, and I'll be Emily. First, just listen.
Hey, I don't think we've met. I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
You too. So, how do you know Mark, the host?
Oh, Mark and I used to work together a few years ago. We've stayed friends ever since. What about you?
Nice. I know him from university. We were in the same chemistry class. This is a great party, by the way. The music is fantastic.
I agree. He always has the best playlist. Wonderful. Hopefully that shadowing practice helps you feel the rhythm of these conversations.
And to help with that rhythm, let's quickly touch on pronunciation. A key element in sounding natural is using correct intonation, especially with question tags like isn't it or don't you.
Right. If you're stating something you think is true and just looking for agreement, your voice usually goes down at the end. Listen, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
The intonation falls. But if you're asking a real question, your voice goes up. Like, you're coming to the meeting, aren't you?
Also, listen for connected speech. Native speakers often blend words together. What do you do can sound like what do you do? And going to becomes gonna.
Paying attention to these details during your listening practice will make a huge difference in how natural you sound.
All right, we have covered so much today. Let's do a quick recap. That's a great point, Mike. And speaking of differences, it's worth mentioning that small talk can vary across cultures. What's considered polite in one country might be different in another.
First, remember the golden rule. Small talk is about making a connection, not about being perfect. The goal is to make people feel comfortable.
Absolutely. For example, in some cultures, it's common to ask about someone's family or even their salary. But in many English-speaking cultures, especially in a professional context, those topics are often considered too personal for small talk.
Second, use what's around you, the weather, the location, a shared experience, and try the ARE method. Anchor, reveal, and encourage.
And here are our final practice tips. 1. Repeat the phrases from this episode out loud.
2. Practice shadowing the conversations we provided. You can rewind and do it as many times as you like.
3. When we asked questions and left a pause, go back and try answering them yourself. And most importantly, 4. Use one or two of these phrases in your next English conversation. The more you use them, the more natural they will become.
That's the best advice. Real-world practice is unbeatable. Relax, practice, and enjoy the process of connecting with people.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Practical English Podcast.
We hope you feel more confident about making small talk. Until next time, happy learning.